What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Out of the Darkness. I am Q. I wanted to get back to this Lynn Wood ordered interview with the whistleblower. So we are going to get into day 4 of this. If you guys are enjoying this, be sure to leave us a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you guys are thinking about it. A lot of you guys have responded, and that's why we're going to continue to get through this thing. There's a lot, but we're going to give it to you in smaller snippets. So here we go. So the interviewer starts off. So aside from Roberts being in on this, did Rosenstein or anyone outside of the White House, had they been made aware of the plans, perhaps in Hillary's camp, that you can speak about? The interviewee: oh, Hillary and Obama knew about it. I mean, it was supposed to be done under her watch, her term, so that they could pack the court. They were fully aware of it. Rod had an intense hatred for Hillary, even though he worked with her, and he had to. He not he's not fond of Obama, really. He's only fond of himself. But this was plans to be enacted through them, and Rod was integral in wanting the hammer system through Baltimore. This was why he was the only U.S. attorney to keep his job under Obama. Now, Obama fired every U.S. attorney at the same time except Rod. He was the only one, and this is why, because he was running things for them. He was involved in their plans, and he was running the hammer and things through Baltimore. The interviewer: so you've also done interviews as to switching channels slightly, but I'm sure it'll tie back together. I'm speaking of the death of Seth Rich. Interviewee: uh-huh. Interviewer: and Rod Rosenstein was witting in this operation as well, I believe, correct? Interviewee: yes, as he coughs and drinks water. Okay, sorry. He was there for reasons, for the illegal reasons, but also to cover himself. When Seth Rich had gone in the first time, I just don't have much information on it, other than what I was told, but not what I had seen personally. His first contact with WikiLeaks, I just don't know. I do know that when he went to them the second time and came back, WikiLeaks had directed him on how to get further information, and they wanted specific things. Look here, look here, here. Because when he went in for the break in, he grabbed a lot of information, just downloaded everything he could that exposed a lot. They were worried about the exposure. The DNC, Hillary and Bowser, Abrams, not Abrams, excuse me, Bowser and Brazil, excuse me, they were all very worried about it. But Rod was personally worried about it as well because he had been authoring stuff to affect Hillary, and he didn't want that to come out because he would be out of it. He would be done. He would not be appointed to anything, and he had a personal interest in that one. So when it got dumped in his lap to handle the problem, he tapped people who he already worked with for years, who were dirty and he controlled. They owed their continued federal careers to him. He had saved them before, looked over things, allowed them to continue their career, and he, inaudible, people all around him in one small circle in Baltimore. Interviewer: so was it intended to be an assassination of Seth Rich, or was it more intended to be a robbery, or do you know? Interviewee: intended to be a robbery. Rough him up. All they wanted was the thumb drive that he routinely carried on him. The information was going to be passed to WikiLeaks. What he had uncovered and the more focused information that WikiLeaks had requested. That's what they wanted. He did not leave it at home. He always carried it because he had people living with him. And again, Rod was very upset that this could expose everything and wreck his plans. He would have been done. It was fairly tenuous relationship, him being a Republican and things, but he had proved himself to be really dirty, like they were willing to give access to everything he was doing for them. So he had to recover it, and they didn't care. He did not care how it was done, except for it was supposed to be robbed. They had to recover it, did not care. But Rod put the additional thing on it. Get it no matter how. He hired or tapped his agent friend from the DEA, who he had covered for many times, and he is dirty in Baltimore and other places throughout Maryland, and then put him in charge of it. He recruited someone else, and then they went down, and this particular DEA agent is the gang specialist for the DEA. He specializes further in MS-13. He was the one who went outside the local people and found the two MS-13 down south and brought them up, or met them actually. They came up and met him, and he brought them into the city, and things went poorly beyond that. They were supposed to rob him. Then the two guys went ahead and killed him, shot him. He died later. They recovered the thumb drive, which was then switched for one that Rod provided, the one that Sean had loaded up for him previously. So he was able to recover, keep his involvement in altering emails, breaking into Hillary's server, things like that, and he kept interviewer imposing. So they switched a thumb drive that was on the body for a thumb drive that Rod had prepared to be left behind as a interviewee. Right. Interviewer. Okay. Interviewee. One that would be convincing but not expose him. Interviewer. Understood. Interviewee. A lot of it was the same information, but not, because they knew there were breaches that had occurred. So a lot of it was the same thing, just void of anything that would point towards them or Rod specifically. And things rapidly went downhill because they couldn't break into it. It was encrypted. They got it to a couple different people. They couldn't get into it, and they decided to clean up the mess. And one DEA agent went down the following day, called out, took his wife's car, and drove down and killed them. Things like that. So it went badly, quickly, once he died. It's supposed to be a robbery, and the next thing they hear is, Donna Brazile and Muriel Bowser, the mayor of D.C., were at the hospital before he even was brought in. And they did have people at the crime scene as well. And they were there to recover it. As I said, it was supposed to be a robbery. He was supposed to be, beat up, unconscious, bad shape. And they wanted to recover the thumb drive. That's why they were there. Interviewer. So, back to Rod Rosenstein for a moment. What can you tell us about his involvement with foreign nations, with any type of intelligence transfer to groups outside of the country? We're going to stop there. So, guys, once again, I am not in any way condemning anybody. Okay, this is sworn. Well, I don't know if you call it sworn testimony, but this information was given to us by a seemingly credible whistleblower. Okay, Linwood has put this information out there. You guys do with it what you will. People deserve their day in court, and I hope that they will one day get their day in court. And if they are guilty, I hope that they will be dealt with to the fullest extent of the law. But guys, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you guys for all of your support of Out of the Darkness. I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.